Okay, quick tip. These are the tires off that $10 utility cart I bought from the lady that sold me that lawnmower for 50 bucks. That's a utility cart there. And she said she had nothing but trouble. The whole time she had this, the tires kept leaking down. Well, I aired them up and I held them underwater and I found where the leak was, right here. And what it is a joint. This ridge here is preventing the rubber from sealing. That's exactly where it's leaking, right there. So I'm going to take some sandpaper and I'm going to sand that ridge away. And I bet you this will hold there after I'm done. That one has no leaks. I held it underwater. I don't see any bubbles coming anywhere. So let's see if I can get this one to hold there. Okay, I got that sanded down. But what it is these must be two halves that are joined together, because there's another seam over here, but I don't feel, where was it? I did hit it with a sandpaper, but I don't feel anything there, a ridge like there is on the other side. Plus, what I'm going to do now is turn the tire 90 degrees, or actually I'll turn the rim, but anyway, I'm going to turn that 90 degrees and then air it up and put it under some water. Alright, we still have a leak and it's still in the same place, so I'm going to air it back down and do a little more sanding on it. Okay, right below this C is where it was, and I have that bead filled up with water, and now we have no leaks. No leaks. Well, I lied. Is that a leak there? Yeah, here's another leak. Son of a gun. Where was it? Okay, that's the tire leaking there. Alright, so, you know what I'm going to do? I believe I got some tires in my shop there that I took off or something. That's not the rim leaking there, that's the tire itself. This is a really old, sun-dried, dry-rotted tire. Huh. No saving that. Unless, you know, slime. They make this stuff called slime, but I'm telling you, by the time you spend all that money on slime, you're just about better off going to buy a tire. This is the only one leaking though, the other one's not leaking, so this is the one that was exposed to the sun the longest, because the sun, what it does is dry the silicone out of these tires, and it makes them hard and brittle. Alright, back to the drawing board. It ain't leaking here anymore, where the rim leak was. So maybe I do have some slime, maybe I'll just throw it in there and see what happens. I'll let you know. Okay, here's the dilemma. A tube is 16 bucks. Slime is 10 bucks. But let me show you the idea I have. So, what I ended up doing, this is what Tractor Supply, that last clip. Tractor Supply had, get this, tubes, tires, and rims for 10 bucks. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, there is one dilemma. So now I have to take these tubes and tires off of this, because that's 7/8 and this is 5/8. So these won't fit right on there. So all I gotta do is take these tubes and tires off, put them on the other rims, and basically we have $30 into this with brand new tires and tubes. And I think I can increase the value if I sell it and I include it with this, the one I got for 50 bucks. gonna look all right when I hit it with a pressure washer. I believe I can get about $5.50 for this with the trailer. It might need a little tweaking on the deck. I don't know why the blades aren't turning. If it needs bearings, I have them. If it needs a whole bearing manual, I have one of them too. The engine runs, and I drove it around the yard. So while I got you here, let me tell you about these propane tanks. There's a dealer here that fills household tanks, and he does fill these propane tanks as well. And occasionally he comes across tanks that are out of spec or out of inspection, and he just pitches them. And he told me that he puts these in a particular place, and I am welcome to all those that he has in this particular place. And he said, don't take any from anywhere else. He said, if it's on concrete, he said, I need them. But if this is around the side of the building in the grass, you can have them all. And what I do, you know, as long as they have the newer valve, I take these that I get for free and I trade them in at the Blue Rhino for 20 bucks, and I get new full tanks. And all they do at Blue Rhino is re-inspect them and put a stamp on them saying they've been inspected. So I'm not really cheating. Technically, nobody's getting screwed. They just have to put these through a process that they do anyway. And this is a 30-pounder that has the a valve busted off here. And this will make a nice little pot-bellied stove for somebody's little shop. And these will go to the Blue Rhino dealer at Walmart or Home Depot, or heck, even our dollar store has them here in town. And for 20 bucks, I'll get 3 full tanks. Okay, let me get them tires mounted. Okay, these tires do not have a lip like these tires do. So I took the valve core out of that. I'm taking this rim apart, and I'm going to put this tube in this tire, and show you when I get that far. Okay, wrong again. It does have a similar bead. So I got the whole tire and tube off, and I got it off this rim, and I'm fixing to put this on that rim. And I'm using my iPhone, so I can't let you see how that's done. It's a secret. Actually, I have tire spoons, but they're in the other room, and if I need them, I'll go get them. So I'm using screwdrivers. Okay, here we have the old tire off, the new tire off this 2-piece split rim, the new tire and tube on this. That's going to work great. Now I'm going to do that one. And this is just for the people that don't know how the valve core comes out of these things. This is a valve core remover. This here is a thread chaser. And so is that. So let's get, and this is what you remove the valve core with. I'm trying to do this with one hand without losing that valve core. Wouldn't be the end of the world because that new tire has a valve core in it, but these are handy to have. And that's what it looks like. Okay. I gotta break the bead on this. And the reason is because this thing's full of whatever, it's not slime, but it's something like slime, and it's making this thing stick to the rim, so I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Alright, here's how you pull the old valve stem out of there. You got to pull this out to make room for the the one that comes on the tube. Since these were tubeless tires before, they had a valve mounted in the rim. See if I can do this. Let me see if I can hold it with my elbow. There we go. Alright, that's ready. Now I got to take apart that rim and get the goodies off of it. Alright, good as new. Now, that $10 thing is probably worth about $75. Alrighty. What else am I going to do? If I got time to clean that more. Collect eggs. Close their doors. Let's see. Oh yeah, get all that crap out of the back of my truck. Alright, got a few more things to do. See ya. Yeah, I don't know if I showed you what tire spoons look like or not, but that's them. And now, I want to tell you a little story. I'm going to go in my other office, my other shop, and I'm going to sit down. See you over there. I had these tire spoons since I was about 20 years old. And I used to carry them on my first motorcycle. And back then, I used to just leave out on my bike and just go and go and go. I wasn't married, didn't have any kids, didn't have any connections, and I carried a lot of tools with me. And once I had a tire go flat on the road, and I was able to change it with these spoons. And another time, I blew a piston on the road, and I was able to pull the heads off and replace the piston. I hitchhiked to a shop, bought the only piston they had, hitchhiked back, and where I was underneath a semi-trailer behind a gas station camping out. They knew I was there. They told me I could stay there until I fixed my bike. And I fixed my bike, and gathered all my stuff, and kept on riding. And back then, boy, I tell you what, those are the carefree, good old days. Not good. I mean, it was rough living, but I sure have good memories. And I carried a shitload of tools, just like I carry with me now, because I hate not being independent. I hate having to depend on someone else to fix something. And to me, it's scary not having tools with you and not having the ability to fix things that break. Anyway, I've also got tools in that toolbox that I've had since I was 12, 13 years old. That's when I started gathering tools. Okay, I'm running out of room on my phone here. I got to get rid of some of them books. See ya.